Hello gamers, and welcome to Steel Division 2 and more preview content for the upcoming Man of Steel DLC. And today we're going to look at the 715th Infantry Division, Axis Division this time. It was a mobile reserve formation created in occupied France, transferred to Italy, and then they fought at Anzio. Reinforced by fresh troops, heavy tank destroyers, and fascist Italian forces, the battle group acquitted itself well while fighting to contain the beachhead. And then you get quite the range of infantry, reservists, penal troops, and so on. Italian stuff, Tiger, Sturmpanzer, super heavy mortar. So could be quite the interesting division. The activation slots reckoned very decent. Actually good, quite good. Infantry, very good, almost till the end. Tank, some cheap tank tabs, tank slots. Support, really, really nice. Anti-tank, good. AA, very poor activation slots. We will see what's hiding behind. Artillery, very good. So might even be an option for 10v10, depending on what we find there. Air, a little bit lackluster. Let's start with the infantry tab. So starting off with the Grenadier 15W, which I think is a new unit. There are Grenadiers already, but not in a disheartened variant. Nonetheless, you can upgrade them. Lots of units come in the DMA, which is slower than the Opel Blitz, unfortunately. Then you get a Pioneerführer. And then we come to the new Italian troops, and they are new to the game. The Decima, fascist troops here, blue uniform like the Maro. And they rock. 7 Berettas, and they have a 150 meter range, 1 MG42 just in case, and an AT grenade. And they also have the commando trait. The only downside is it's only 8 men strong. You get 3 cards of these. Then you get the new Decima Aditi. They look quite promising as well. Again, only 8 men, but you get 6 Berettas, 2 Braders, automatic rifle, even more CQC capable. Even more CQC capable if you take into consideration that you can fire with an automatic rifle below 100 meter range. And then you get a bazooka. So a fantastic troop. The Italians are available in B phase only. Availability is not too shabby at all. Then you get the new Decima Commander, coming here in a Fiat or in a slow truck, with 3 MP40s and a Panzerfaust. So there were no Berettas left for them. And there's also a smoke, a radio, commando, only 4 in B phase. You have to single red them, and usually you get 6 in B phase. So that's a bit not so great. And also only 3 men. You get your good old Grandführer with smoke, 3 cards, and then you get the Luftwaffenjäger ZBV. And that's a new unit, and it's actually quite beefy. You get 15 men in this, and they are fanatical. They've got 4 MP40s, 10 semi-automatic rifles, an MG34, and also a anti-tank grenade. So in the range of, in particular, 100 to 500 meters, they should be really, really good. And they can put up a little fight in CQC as well. Fanatical, super strong, so quite nice. Availability is not super high, but 612, it's not too shabby, unvetted only. And you get a Pioneer 15W. I don't know what the 15W actually means, so if you know, please post it in the comments. And I think it's the first disheartened Pioneer And availability is a bit better than with the normal Pioneer. Price is the same, and loadouts I think the same as well. And actually quite interesting. And in CQC you might want to fall back quickly. It depends. Panzergrandführer, and then you get the Panzergrenadier 41. And in comparison to a normal Panzergren, they have 2 more men. And the 41 variant also has the Panzerfaust. So good line infantry unit. You get 2 cards. And then you get a Panzergrenadier with the Panzerbüchse. Only 25mm penetration, 1 damage. Not so great. Same availability, same price. So there's no reason to take the Panzerbüchse over the Panzergrenadier 41. Interesting unit composition for sure, and you get some good, but not overpowered like, or not super good like Fallschirmjäger. You get some good line infantry, you get some good TQC options. So I think, and some disheartened troops to sprinkle in that actually have quite the punch. So a really interesting infantry deck. In infantry tab. In the Recon tab, you get the BMW. I actually never take them. And you get an Aufklärer, which you might take if you want a 2-man Aufklärung squad. And that's something I'd always take. Unfortunately, it doesn't have radio, but you can annoy the hell out of the opponent, I think, with those tiny armored vehicles. It's quite fast, in particular on road, 75 kilometers. It has AP shells, 50mm penetration, really, really nice. Availability ain't too great, but yeah, 17 rounds per minute. And then you get the fantastic AS-42 20mm, and it's basically AT against light vehicles, it's HE and so on against infantry, and also Shoot Star is a nuisance for planes, and 2 of them can take down a plane. And you have super speed as well. Only in A-phase, only single vetted or double vetted. Fantastic unit with radio. Really, really good for just 25 points. Then you get Panzer II, which is only available in Rösselsprung and 4th Fallschirmjäger. So it's rare, and in particular in 1944. They actually only had Recon duty, like here. Good against lightly armored vehicles, infantry support a little bit as well. And you get more of the new Italian guys, the Decima Esploratori, and they are quite amazing, and you can actually use them as a designated CQC squad. They've got the commando trait as well. They have 8 Berettas and explosives, so they will shred through most enemy CQC infantry and any other infantry anyway. So this is yeah, quite nice. Those Italian troops here are, in my opinion, really good. Then you get 4 cards of Fusiliers, which is basically an infantry squad, and you could use them to even further beef up your infantry. But given that you have some very nice AT options, you might actually not. And also the Decima Esploratori, also so good. But yeah, you might actually take one of these. No special vehicles here, just slow transports. Tank tab. You get the new Panzer P-4737. And it's an Italian tank, so one could think it's shite, but it's actually quite nice. You get 90mm penetration, 1750 meter range. So you can take on a lot of, like the Shermans. You might win against them. They only have the Sherman 2 with 90mm armor, I think. So Sherman 5 has 100, so that's maybe a bit tough. But you get closer eventually. So really nice. Then you get the Stück 3G with the new Tank Rider trait. Unfortunately, there's no glide unit here to go with it, but in multiplayer there might be. You get a Stück 3 leader, you get 2 cards of tigers, and you get the Tiger Führer. Only available in A phase. But since the tiger buff was only a small buff, I think a 5 points price decrease and an availability increase, but that makes the tiger now more viable. In the support tab, you do get 50mm mortars, an Italian variant that only comes in B phase, which is a bit unfortunate because they have 60 shells instead of 54. And yeah. And actually the better accuracy. Then you get the Borgward, only available so far in Panzerlehr. And Armia Craiova, I remember, I think Gonzo playing it 2 league seasons ago in one of the finals, I think. Really fun, you get 4 and 8 or twice 8. And then you get a disheartened MG34. I think this is the first disheartened MG34. German MG34. Which is obviously really nice. I love disheartened MGs. You get an IG-18, you get the Obice 65mm. There's still a wrong, the wrong unit model is connected to that. It's a preview build, like you can see down here. I put a note. So obviously things are still going to be optimized. Not just this, but also, there might be balanced stuff as well. You also get an option of MG42s. And you get 2 different munition trucks, one slow, one very slow. You get the IG-33. You get a Sturmpanzer 4, 1 card. But still quite nice. You get a commander on a bike. You get a infantry commander basically, and one that sits nice and comfortably in the Stück. So yeah, really nice. Tab here, you get 2 2K options, which is really nice. You get closer range options like the IG-18. Very good support tab with very decent availability. Anti-tank tab. Nothing new. You get Panzerschreck. I still don't get why they are only 4 men and the bazooka guys are 6. It's only 10mm difference in the penetration value. I think, yeah. Then you get this very good Cannone. But like all the Italian troops, they come in B phase, and not sure if you would need this weapon in B phase. Maybe, but usually not. The Marder that you can bring in A and B phase. Because of availability, it might actually be an option to bring it in B phase, because the Marders are really nice. With 130mm penetration, you can hunt with them quite nicely, force the enemy to show side armor, and then, get a kill even against heavier opponents if there are micro issues maybe. And range obviously not that great, but can do some infantry support as well. Unfortunately only 7 HG shells, but 35 points, a bargain. Then you get the Pak 38, which is a really nice price value thing. You even get APCI at 1K range for 150mm penetration. You get 2 cards of Pak 40s, and you get 2 cards of elephants already available in A phase. So you could play them as a brick wall already in A phase. Not many units can penetrate this 190mm front armor. And you get 2 cards. So lots of options again here. Nice options. 2K options as well with the elephant, which is one of the more rarer units. In the artillery tab, in the anti-air tab, there is nothing new. You get 20 mils, which are not very good at all. And you can't even bring them, with a 20 mil towing vehicle. You get Flak 36 and the SDK Set 7, which is your A phase card. So you probably bring it in A phase. Then bring that in B phase, maybe even unvetted, depending on your opponent and if you know what your opponent is going to play. Artillery, you get a Beobachter, you get a Batterieführer with the new artillery leader trait. You get 80 mils, you get the Obice 75, you get an Obice 105, and the Obice 105 in a way is an addition. It's available in SIL already, but in SIL it has no heat and less HE shells, but it does have smoke. But here, another AT gun, and it looks cool. This huge spring here, what is it? Sort of a spring to adjust the angle. You get 220mm mortars, and in 10th guards, apparently you can bring them with an ammunition truck. Bobo Tango did that in his 10th guards replay of playing all divisions in Steel Division 2. It's quite something to watch, so take a look at his video. Very recent, a couple of days ago. At the time of recording, so late July is the video. It's now early August. Then here you get captured A-19s. I think it's the first time in the hands of the Axis. It's basically the Soviet A-19. Again, it does have AP shells with 200mm penetration and 2000 meter range. So really, really good in case you need it. And you can bring it with munitions truck, which you might want to do to move your artillery. You get the Schwere Feldhaubitze in the form of the M19. The M19 is not, is available in Toulon so far only. Then you get the SDKZ 135 that you can also get in 21st Panzer. It's a bit pricey, but obviously it's a bit better with range and everything than a mortar. SDKZ with a mortar, so quite nice. And then you get a 220mm mortar. That is a new mortar. It has quite a dispersion. So you actually might want to put a Batterieführer next to it. But it does have radio, so you might want to give it ensure that you get radio. Unfortunately, this doesn't have radio, so you might actually consider getting the BMW in B phase, sprinkle it around, and give all your artillery mortar radio to increase accuracy. And it's only one card. Then let's move on to the air tab. There's, according to my notes, nothing new. You get a heavy fighter in the Junkers 88C6, and it turns like a brick. It's a night fighter. You get the Junkers 88D1 Recon option with decent availability, probably not worth upvetting. Goes from worst to very bad. And you get a BF 109 G6. Here it's forced double vetted. You get an Italian bomber in the Spaviero. The loadout is 12 kilogram cluster, 60 times. So it's probably, I haven't tried it, so it's probably not very good. You get a Focke-Wulf 190 GR5 with 2 bombs. One, the 50 kg bombs are not very good, obviously. And then that's your main fighter, I'd say. Focke-Wulf 190 A6, which is quite good. Only has bad resilience, unfortunately, with a good weapon loadout. And also it looks nice. The heart and everything. And then you get 2 more Italian bombers. Get Spaviero with 1200 kg bombs, which is okay. And then you get a Dornier with 8 250 kg bombs. That's your serious bomber in this division. This is, by the way, is unfortunately a medium bomber, but you can switch off a bomb and then just drop one bomb, activate the other bomb, drop that as well on a different target. So you can do some micro shenanigans. but with medium payload, the loading time is longer than obviously with light payload. Yeah, this is the deck. So let me choose what my division favorite unit is, and I think I'm gonna go with the Decima DT as my favorite unit of the deck. Strong contender is actually the Panzer 40 for just 45 points. I will go with this, with the Italian friends here. Good CQC and MG42. I like that. I think it'll be fun to play commando trade. Take a screenshot for YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think of the division. Until then, bye for now.